What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hillside Live with Matt and I. We are here at Wildcat Off-Road Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, and we just made it through a pretty fierce but short rainstorm. So we got a little bit of a creek going on behind us here, but definitely excited for a great day racing out here at Wildcat. This weekend is presented by Vision RV, so big thank you to them and all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do, as always. Matt, tell us a little bit about the hills that you were out looking at earlier.
So me and a lot of the side-by-side drivers went out and kind of walked the course and looked at it. Justin Wills was one of the guys up there, went and checked it all out. It's going to be interesting. It's very long. We'll try to see if we can't get some images up there with all the loops going up and down and around and through and over to Grandma's house. And it's going to be a pretty long course, which will be interesting because those are guys who truly – we had a half a dozen drivers probably out there on the course this morning making passes and trying to get stuff figured out as far as which turns and how to bump in. Cooper Bentley normally is racing a bouncer this year with us. However, he brought a side-by-side out. He'll be out there racing side-by-sides. Paul Wolf coming out with us. Again, super excited to see him back racing with us again.
Yeah, we haven't had Paul out here with us in a while.
So got some oldies and goodies, but got some new guys here with us. We did an interview with everybody else see here in a little bit. We did an interview with the new driver, so we're excited about that. And then
Clayton Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys will see him tomorrow in the bouncer class.
Excited about that. It should be a good day racing. Like I said, they came out, just got a bunch of rain dumped on us. You can see the kind of the water alls behind us.
It was bone dry when we got out here this morning, and then for about 15 minutes, the sky got really dark and it poured, but now it's over, and hopefully it stays that way. But either way, we race rain or shine out here in the NRRA, so just bring your raincoat and tough it out.
So
and bring your Cadbury eggs, and that helps everything be better.
Yes, Bree takes good care of us. I have my bucket of snacky snacks as well. We share love with Taylor too. He's back there working right away, but. Again, a lot of the drivers are talking about, having a dry course versus a wet course. And again, one of the conversations was if it starts out dry and then dumps a bunch of rain, how does that change the course? How does that change the driver lineup? So that was kind of an interesting thing. So I was kind of glad it rained before. That way everybody's racing on that same slick course versus some guys getting a dry course, some guys getting a wet course. Again, that's not necessarily fair, but sometimes life isn't fair when it comes to racing. So, again, I think you might see it dry up pretty quick. Again, some of those ruts might get rutted in a little bit faster than normal, but they did take the backhoe or the bulldozer, level off some of the ruts over where the stock class is going to go later today. You'll see here shortly, right behind us. Okay, we're going to get the stock class course. So, again, you can see a good variety of going up and down and around. Again, most of the courses are going to look this way
I promise that this is a well-planned out course. This was not just like Clyde scribbling on a map. So this is planned out and intentional, and it's going to be really fun for our drivers. So.
And again, if you look in that top right-hand corner, you can see how wide that one red section is with that arrow. There's 4 or 5 different line choices there. Again, that will have choice, so they go up. Again, have 4 or 5 spots. They go up, come back down, loop around, go over a rock section. I'm hearing word that we have drivers lined up.
Yeah, so we are going to be starting off, as always, with our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. I believe that we've got Kai Clothier on the line, and he did race with us last season, if I remember correctly, a race or two. We've got a good lineup of drivers today in all of our classes. Our last race 2 weeks ago was in Disney, Oklahoma, a bit of a long haul for a lot of our drivers, so we didn't have quite as full of a roster as usual, but we are back to full driver's list for all of our classes today. Definitely looking forward to seeing what these guys and gals are going to do for us today. Hopefully they have fun, put on a show. Speaking of show, we have a Skinny Pedal Award winner to announce. I'm going to save that for a moment later, maybe when we have a little space. I think we're just about to get started here. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. As always, make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page, not any of the other pages. We cross-post to multiple places, but if you want us to be able to see your comments and interact with you and answer your questions, make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV page. And it's not the group, it's the media, broadcast, entertainment, something or other. All those words are on there. Be pretty obvious when you look at it. So there is our starting line. Zach Garner down there. I don't know what he's talking about. But
yeah, I think he got his Crocs and shorts on. That's like typical Zach attire. T-shirt, Crocs, and shorts. It'd be like 12 degrees, 20 degrees. Zach's out there rocking the Crocs and shorts. Keith Toolman right there putting his vest on. His buggy comes to a lot of our races, and he has about every tool and part you can imagine, as well as a welder, grinders, you name it. He has it on his rig, so he helps get us a lot of us recovered, flip back over, as well as does a great job help keeping us all running and driving. So we cannot show enough love and support to Keith Toolman for always coming in clutch, helping keep all their buggies racing between Course 1 and Course 2.
Speaking of helping with recovery, there's Jack Porter walking towards the gate right there in that green vest. We haven't seen Jack out here yet this season, so glad to have him back out here with us.
Yeah, got that VIN buggy. I got to drive it at Windrock this year from the T-shirt trailer over.
Did you?
Yeah, from the T-shirt trailer over to where the motorhome was parked at, and it's running really good. I'm excited. I think he'll do very well today and tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow when he races.
All right, this is Kyle Clothier, our first driver of the weekend. We are kicking off the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class, Course 1.
Right now, he's probably thinking, wish it wouldn't have rained.
Oh, man. So we put up as much tape as possible to make it obvious for the drivers. When you're in race mode and your adrenaline's pumping and you're just trying to figure out which tree you're supposed to stay to the left or right over, which rock you're supposed to go over, whatever, definitely helps to have that orange tape in your view. I'm sure you can attest to that, Matt.
Having that tape up when you're in race mode, there's Timmy Cameron, you see it all the time, there's no seat time like race seat time because everything is so heightened that when you're in race. Get back. There you go.
No! Wait.
He's going. Oh, man. Dang it.
Big thanks to our responders here at Wildcat Off-Road Park for their help with recovery this weekend and making sure everybody stays safe as always. We certainly appreciate everybody that comes out and helps us with recovery, with safety, with helping events run smoothly. It's definitely a huge part of what we do here with the NRRA. Anytime you have an extreme sport like this, that's definitely something you can't do without that. So.
Yeah. Again, you can see the drone with that replay. You can see him land just back on his tires and hung out just. You can see at that last second try to gas it.
So they're going to figure out the best way to recover him. If you've never been to a Wildcat in person, it's maybe a little bit hard to tell from the camera views, but Wildcat has like these stair steps. There's like levels to it going up the hill. So he is flat on his lid in one of those middle levels right now. Taylor, would this be a good time for one of our interviews? Let's do the one with Justin, and then there's the second clip that goes with it of Brandon. All right, guys. You guys check this out, and you can get to know Justin Wheels a little bit better.
What's up, everybody? We're out here at Wildcat Off-Road Park for our third race of the season. We're at Justin Wills. He won our season opener with the new chassis. Why don't you tell us about it?
Coming in from last year, we changed up Angry Barney, pulled all the stuff off of it, built this new modern Barney, and been fine-tuning it ever since.
Yeah?
How it goes.
Yeah. I mean, it took me 2.5 years to dial in the other buggy to have my driving style and everything work. So we're trying to speed this along. And Wizzo with Big Block Performance, Eddie's Big Block, is helping us big time. And we're trying our best.
Hey, I want to talk about our last race at Disney, Oklahoma, and you getting yourself a Skinny Pedal nominee. I don't know why you would also end up getting the award for it, but it was pretty epic. We'll let the people decide. They
main thing is coming from Windrock with the first place. You know, when we hit that first hill, and Daniel told me that the wheel was broke, it was at the bottom, whatever. You know, the only thing in my head was, well, we need to finish the course.
Yep.
You know, we gotta get the points to finish, and which we did. We hit hill 2, made a little bobble, still come out with I think 7th place for the weekend, and it allowed me and Brandon Davis to get tied in points. Now he's got me on time. So last time at Disney, I helped paint the trees and guide everybody through the way.
Yeah,
so
I saw you
so
had
this
a
time
something.
I'm painting Brandon's wrong way. I'm painting the rocks and everything.
There's
so,
special arrows
so
for
hopefully
Brandon.
he goes the
Only
wrong
Brandon.
way.
Yes.
And I got a little advantage that way. You know, he's Mr. Consistency.
That's right.
He has
Hey,
done-
it's all good fun out here.
He's done very well so far this
Yeah.
season. So,
We'll see how it
any
goes.
tricks you got up your sleeve this season?
No,
Haven't seen yet.
no.
I know you guys were out changing some shocks around yesterday morning before you guys got here.
Yeah, cutting off bump stops, moving, all kinds of stuff. So we'll see.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we're looking forward to it. We're starting to get sprinkled on just a little, but it's not going to dampen our spirits. We're here for a good time this weekend at Wildcat Off-Road Park. You guys stay tuned.
That was a great interview with Justin Wills.
I hope you guys could hear that. We were laughing because of he was talking about how he painted the rocks specifically for Brandon,
Yes.
Brandon's route. And then Brandon happened to come up and was walking by and noticed it
Yeah, Drew
while we were up there.
painted a giant orange arrow that wrote Brandon because at our last race at Disney, Oklahoma, he went through and marked some of the trees, mainly to help know which route to kind of take, which luckily all the drivers were able to implement. And what the best part was, he marked them going both directions. On the second way, I literally had to stop one point and look for the markings to decide which way to go.
There you go.
That way we didn't take
We'll
that
send you guys up with a can of
DC
paint.
Thompson line coming down.
That one was rough. Yeah. Those hillside interviews are just we've been playing around with. I hope the audio is okay. We weren't able to hear it in here and know what exactly you guys were hearing at home, but we don't have lav mics, and everybody was also pre-running while we're out here.
Yes.
So there's not exactly a quiet spot to film when you're out here, but we're definitely having fun with those, and just wanted a way to get to know the drivers a little bit better and have some fun content for you guys. So we're going to keep working on that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, is there anybody that you would like for us to snag an interview with? We've got another one lined up for you that we did today, and another couple we might try and grab tomorrow.
Yep.
Everybody kind of scatters like cockroaches after the drivers' meeting. It's like chaos. So we'll see what we can get. But if you guys have someone that you want to hear from, or if you have a specific question you want us to ask, something fun that would help us also get to know the drivers a little bit.
I think Clyde's trying to see if we're live or not. He's like, "Are they live?" He's trying to check up on us. He's hiding behind me. He's like, "There you go." Ah!
Got him.
Good times.
All right. So if you're just joining us, we are in the middle of a recovery right now. Kai Clothier, yes, was our first driver off the line for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class, and he did unfortunately end up as you see now. So we've got our recovery crews on it. We will get him upright and continue on. We'll be back right after this.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
We are back, and we've got Kai Clothier doing some mosquito control out on the hill right now for us. Very considerate of him. We do appreciate that. And looks like we've got him recovered and just about off the hill now, and we'll continue on with our stock class, Course 1. Marley Woodruff, I asked you guys who you would like to see us interview. She said hit up Dan Carter. Dan is always fun to interview. He always gives us some great content. We'll have to see if we can catch up with him today or tomorrow. And Chad Molitor, there's a familiar name, says interview any of the drivers or spouses.
Ooh,
that could be fun.
That we need to do like a YouTube video that in itself with just all the ladies.
They're a little harder to wrangle together.
Yes.
We can always grab a driver on the side of the hill before a race, but that would be a fun one, I think.
That would be an awesome interview.
Yeah, good suggestion. Pops.
Do them all interview separate and then do like a group interview at the end, because I bet the stories they could tell would be hilarious.
That'd be the real behind the scenes information. Dad also said or Clyde, but I don't know.
50-50.
It's hard to say if Clyde would go for an interview or not.
Depends on his mood.
Yeah.
If he's in the right mood, he would gladly do it. If not,
If we ply him with some like sweet tea and wings, chicken wings maybe.
Oh, chicken wings, definitely. We had some of those last night, actually.
I'm not surprised.
Went to a little steakhouse. It was a good time.
There goes Kai off the course. He'll be back for round 2, I'm sure. If you guys are just joining us, you're watching Hillside Live with Bree and Matt. We are at Wildcat Off-Road Park in East Bernstadt, Kentucky.
East Bernstadt,
I know
Kentucky.
I drove through Somerset on my way here, and I think we might be – are we close to London?
We are. We're actually like 15 minutes away.
We're very close to London. Okay.
London's like the biggest small town local to here that you would know.
We go to like 3 different Kentucky parks, so sometimes I get a little mixed up between all the towns.
For my Kentucky people, we're like an hour from – 45 minutes from Richmond. We're like an hour and a half from Lexington, 2.5 hours from Cincinnati.
Like an hour from Somerset. I know that.
Yeah.
I got that one.
Okay.
That's all I got.
So we coming from Illinois. I usually go through, like, leave Illinois, go through Indianapolis, then go to Cincinnati, and then come down through Lexington, through Richmond to London. That's kind of like the easiest way for me. I could also go through Indianapolis and drop down to Louisville, but it's easier just to go to Lexington, almost as fast.
I came from the south, so opposite.
Got Jack down there running the starting line for us. Jack Porter driving that Venom buggy this weekend. Again, I got the chance to drive that at Windrock, and it is running full tilt. He's excited. He said he had a new torque converter coming for it, so his new torque converter should help him out a little bit.
I hadn't seen Jack. He hasn't been to a race yet this season, due to some other stuff he's been busy with. So I was catching up with him a little bit, and I asked him if he'd done anything new to Venom, and he's like, "No, it's still got the same gas in the tank from finals."
Yeah, he said he had a torque converter coming, so I'm sure that's a higher stall again to get a little more wheel speed out of it.
Marley said Dan and Jody would be two good ones to interview, and Jody should be racing in AOP. In
Really?
Tennessee. Yeah, that would be great to get both of them. I'll have to ask her about that later. I saw her running around earlier, but it was across the valley here.
Yeah.
Dan and Jody are always fun conversationalists.
Yes. Yes, they're a good time to hang out with, and two extremely nice people, so we kind of love them. We got a few drivers there next to Zach.
Yeah, right there you see Matt, can you name them all?
Cody and Clay Kaysen, and I don't know the third driver.
Yeah, it's Dylan Dowler on
Dylan
the right.
Dowler, okay. I couldn't tell from the race suit. Cody and Clay, I can see like a side profile. I can see there.
Well, Clay's the only one that has the tan fire suit, so that one helps. That's easy. I think Cody knows we were talking about him.
Yeah, he did.
All right, this is Clay Mangum on the line. He did race with us at Windrock for our season opener. So Kai Clothier almost made it out the top. He got pretty close to finishing the course. Let's see if Clay can cross that finish line for us and finish showing us the rest of the layout for course 1 here for the Rock Life stock class.
Brian Dunnigan from Rock Life is here this weekend with us. I see him rolling around doing some cool video stuff. They've also started a podcast. I know him and Dan have been rocking the podcast for a while, so huge shout out to those guys, part of the off-road community. Again, this is our stock class. You'll see these guys go a little bit slower. Course is a little bit easier than, say, our UTV Cup series or the Bounty series. Again, some of these guys taking probably a little more cautious, especially since the first driver had a rollover. You'll see guys back off just a hair.
I feel like the hills here at Wildcat are kind of deceptive. It looks like it's just lanes to drive across, but they're off camber. And now that we had a really hard downpour right before we started, you can see how slick it is out there right now, and it's pretty thick mud out here at Wildcat. All right, and looks like we'll have a time. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Where's the finish line? There it is.
So you have to drop back down and then turn right.
This
is
a long course today.
It's a very long course. He has quite a bit more course to go.
All right, come on, Clay. Don't stop now. Woo!
Again, they had a couple options going uphill, although there's only one option going downhill, so... Again, this little dirt section they did some digging out with last night. You'll see a couple new jumps coming in. And through the finish line he goes. 119.432. That was for Clay Magnum.
All right, guys, make sure you're watching on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so we can see your comments and answer your questions.
What did he say? I tell you, Zach's pretty ornery.
All right, this is Tanner Garvin on the line.
All right, racer, Tanner Garvin.
Again, you can see right there the water running down the side of the mountain, how wet it really is. Again, this course has a lot more dirt and a lot more sand and rock in it, so it does push the water off a little bit better. So hopefully it'll dry out.
It pushes it off and creates all those ruts
Yes,
there, though, on
yes.
the hill. And some of those are getting pretty gnarly out here. We've been racing here at Wildcat for several years now, and yeah, they definitely get bigger and bigger every time we come. Especially for these UTV tires, kind of sliding around in the mud. And it sucks you right down into those ruts.
And there's some big ruts for a small UTV tire, too.
Tanner Garvin also raced with us at Windrock. We have several of our newer drivers that joined us at Windrock also coming back out this weekend. I saw on the list. A lot of them did not make it to Disney. We've said that that one's a bit of a haul and understandable, especially if you're newer to the series and you're not chasing points and not making that full commitment to the season yet. Definitely understandable. So glad to see a lot of these guys back out here again this weekend. We are at Wildcat Off-Road Park in Kentucky.
Justin Wills was telling me it's 18 hours of driving from North Carolina.
Oh, my gosh.
North Carolina is a long haul, so he's like, it takes basically a day to get there. Usually we leave late in the afternoon, we'll drive like 8 hours, and then we'll get the next morning and finish the rest of it. So
that's rough.
It is.
That's some serious commitment.
It is, and it's crazy that you do that, and then literally 2 days later you have to do the whole thing again, you know. But, yeah, again, shout out to all our...
a lot of driving for a 2-day event. It'd be one thing if you were like going somewhere and staying for a week or whatever, but, yeah, definitely hats off to our long-haul drivers, which really we're spread out enough in the parks that we go to that it's a long haul for everybody at one point or another. There's no way you can be close to every park that we go to, so everybody has to do it. But Justin Wills in North Carolina especially does.
To the finish line he goes.
That's a 131.329 for Tanner Garvin, and we've got Dan Carter talking about him a little bit earlier. Maybe we can get a victory interview from him today. Hopefully that's what what we'll have happen here for him. Something to celebrate.
The next racer needs no introduction.
Again, Dan the Man Carter, also sponsored by Rock Life Off-Road. This is our Rock Life Off-Road stock class.
Many of our drivers have social media pages that you can go follow and see what they're up to and get to know them a little bit better. And Dan, in particular, definitely does a lot of fun stuff on his Instagram and Facebook pages. They do giveaways and post lots of fun videos, all kinds of stuff. So if you are not following Dan Carter yet, y'all make sure you go look him up on socials. Matt Buxton, I heard that DC is not coming until tomorrow. That was last I heard from Zach. Dan races in all 3 of our UTV classes usually. The stock class, cup class, and bounty class. And he often brings a different rig for each one.
Yes.
So he's dropping down in there. He's a busy man on race weekends. He's always got a smile on his face, though. And some sort of funny comment to make.
Yeah, Dan's a great guy. Does a ton for the off-road races. I know he's helping a lot of guys. He's always in his trailer. He upgraded to a semi at the end of last year, so he's been running a semi with a big semi-trailer, and that way it's kind of easy to stack all his vehicles in there. We were looking at this morning. He bought some large, heavy-duty aluminum ramps to help stack some of the vehicles in the semi and get them in and out easier. Again, we talked about that VIN class. It's a lot of fun, so he'll be racing that with a Jeep Cherokee tomorrow.
One of these days, Matt, we're going to get something to race.
Oh, man.
Oh, drone strike.
Oh, man.
That's our version of a drone strike. Anyway.
Yes.
When the drone gets struck.
Yes. Jack from Delta Drone Works over there running our drones this weekend. He had to whiz it back. I'm hearing that the drone just decided to land up there. Yeah.
So the drone had to stay up on the hill because, you can't fly if you can't see. So we'll get it.
Oh,
Dan! Woo!
Oh!
Talk about those ruts earlier. Trying to cross that hill on a slant like that and staying out of those ruts. That's not an easy time.
111.954 for Dan Carter.
Not bad. That is our fastest time currently in Course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road Stock class. Dan with a 111, Clay Mangum with a 119, and Tanner Garvin with a 131, and then Kai Clothier was a DNF. We've got Scotty Harden on the line now. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. I see a couple new people tuning in. Matt Buxton, he called me at 3:30. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Probably for the best that he didn't push it and try and be here for today. We've got Scott and Kiriana checking in. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the show.
Heck yeah. So it's awesome to see where everybody's tuning in from.
Yeah, y'all let us know where you're watching from. We're in East Bernstadt, Kentucky today, or this weekend rather. We've got full rosters for all of our classes this weekend, so all kinds of racing action.
We do have a ton of racing going on this weekend.
Oh, yeah, and we are just getting started. Yeah, literally every class is packed.
You see D-Pat from D-Pat's Photography over there. Dylan Patton over there. He's doing, got his umbrella, trying to keep some of his electronics dry as possible out here.
We are doing a drone recovery right now, if you guys are wondering. So D-Pat is here because Paul is here, Paul Wolf. So glad to have Paul back out here again. Did he race with us at all last season?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did last year.
I don't think he did.
All.
We saw him a lot. Well, I saw him a lot because I was at the Mid-America Series.
Right. He was focusing on the other.
Went to Ultra 4 races.
4 series, yep.
So I saw him quite a bit last year.
We got Colt from Lawson, Missouri checking in. Will Bell, who is in Murfreesboro. More rain heading y'all's way, pouring down. Awesome.
Oh, man.
Looking forward to that.
No.
Can't wait. All right, Scotty Harden off the line. We haven't had a dry day of racing yet this season. Somebody's not doing their job.
For real.
Who's in charge of that? Bringing the sun. Yes.
Got that Chad guy watching.
Yeah, this guy named Chad. He's always tuning in on our show.
He's from that Murfreesboro area as well.
He sure is. Chad Molitor, driver of the Avenger, semi-retired,
Yes.
but still a classic, both the buggy and the driver.
Oh, look at the rain.
It is. Look at that rain coming down. Oh, you got to be tough to be in off-road sports.
Yes.
I say that as Matt and I are inside the trailer.
Yes. Nice and warm and dry.
Good times, good times.
But at least it looks like it's just kind of sprinkling right now.
It's not like it was earlier, and there hasn't been any lightning or anything yet. So,
it opened up.
All things considered,
it opened up. Was dropping buckets earlier, as me and Bree scooted our table a little farther in the trailer.
There was a sudden waterfall off the back of the trailer. Yeah, we gotta give a shout out to Taylor for the forethought and setting everything up inside. Normally, we sit on what I like to refer to as the veranda.
Yeah,
that's when we put the trailer door out and we sit out on that, and that's the view that you guys normally have of us. But we are inside today,
and I love it. It gets you more like I feel like you're more in the excitement. You know, they get a lot of race series. You're in a booth where we're actually with it.
There it is. 113.505. That was Scotty Harden with a second place time right now. Dan Carter's still in the lead with a 1:11. This is course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road Stock class, and we do have Daniel Heckley on the line. I've been seeing some pictures floating around Facebook of Daniel Heckley and his bouncer, Hellbent.
He did some damage last week. He went out
What the heck happened?
Well, I think what happened was, for those of you who watched our Windrock race, I think it happened at Windrock. It just took a little bit longer to let go. For Daniel,
was it the same? It was that back left.
So he had hooked on a tree and put his axles through the work, especially that rear left corner. Had it hooked on a tree. Was
Did it break the welds on it?
It did. Broke the welds on it
crazy.
and pulled that tube, the axle tube, out of the axle housing. It was incredible. Broke the connecting bar on top. So they got it put back in the trailer, called Timmy, who was the original builder of the chassis, and said, hey, buddy, old pal. And obviously Daniel's stressing that, he's trying to stay in the hunt for the points championship, and you have hey, I'm going to drop this off on
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, Daniel. What the heckly?
What the heckly? I don't know if you can finish the course with that.
I don't know. He's still got an uphill, doesn't he? Oh, man.
Dang it. Yeah, dang it. Yeah, so he
that's
called
not
Timmy, got it dropped off, I think, on Sunday or Monday. Timmy worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I think, and they picked it up yesterday afternoon.
Look at that.
Man.
What kind of luck is he having this season? At Windrock,
I like that he's still just calmly driving along like no big deal.
I'm sure he's not calm inside his helmet right now. if we had
He
a
just,
view.
hey, what's up?
We
Oh,
do.
my
I wish he was
goodness.
mic'd up right now.
Like the NFL, yeah, we would be. I think some of our drivers would be in trouble. We'd have to. Yeah.
Round 2. Man, so at Windrock, he was on course
Yes.
to win for the day, and he was so close to the finish line in the bouncer class, got hung up on a tree and could not get off of it. And then at Disney, did he break something at Disney? I'm trying to remember. I think he...
they were changing a tire at one point, I believe.
Yeah. Sorry, it's really bright. I can't look at
yeah.
right now. These lights are insanely bright.
Thanks,
yeah,
Bree.
and then to
You're
come
pretty
out
bright,
here,
too.
Oh, just a couple of bright souls.
Just a couple
over
of
here.
bright guys in here. Rodney tuned in from Alberta, Alabama.
Albertville.
Matt said the ball joint carriers are the
Well, that one was junk for sure.
Yeah.
It is now.
Well, and it's probably like the original that came on the vehicle. So
I mean, we are in the
stock class. So him and Jay haven't really modded up, spent a bunch of time and energy modding up their stock rigs. They use them as
These
kind
are
of
the get around the campground.
I was going to say, yeah. They use them
rigs.
use them as support vehicles here.
Speaking of Jay Stewart's, here he is on the line.
All right, so they're ready. Let's go, okay.
Jay Stewart's did win stock class in Disney at our race in Disney about 2 weeks ago.
Also ended up third place on the bouncer class. Again, took third in the bouncer class.
Oh my God. Shenanigans on the radio right now. So you guys are wondering why we're laughing.
Cliff said he's watching from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I said North Carolina area. That's where Justin Wills is from. Again, they got a long trek to each race.
There you go. You still got all 4 tires.
I think the West Virginia one is pretty close to them. It's only a couple hours. He said they're bringing a big crew to that race.
I'm wondering how far that is from me.
It's like 12 and a half hours.
I haven't looked that one up yet.
It's like 12 and a half hours for me.
Yep, that's gonna be another long haul, but I am excited to be going to Good Evening Ranch this year. This will be our first time racing there. My first time going there at all. I think maybe for a lot of us.
Yeah, it'd be mine.
First time there.
I kind of like when we always go to the parks for the first time, so it's exciting to see new parks. And I've
we
heard
got to meet those guys too at Windrock.
Yeah, and a bunch of us went to dinner, and they explained how very, very rocky it is. So I said, "Can you just like skim it?" He said, "No," and he said no with a straight face. And Clyde said, "I agree." So I think that'll be really interesting.
It's nothing we have not seen before. Coming off of rock at Disney. We'll get that time. Ooh, 1:03.445 for Jay. That is your new leader right now. Course 1 for the Rock Life Off-Road Stock Class. That means Dan Carter is in second right now with a 1:11, and then Scotty Harden with a 1:13. And I believe we've got Braden Upchurch on the line. Marley's watching from Alexander City, Alabama. Matt's in Ohio. Who's watching right now that thinks they're the furthest away from East Bernstadt, Kentucky?
Papa Poe in there too, yeah.
Who thinks that they are the furthest away right now? We are at Wildcat Off-Road Park. About halfway through Course 1 for the Rock Life Stock Class. Here's Braden Upchurch. His alter ego is a country singer. It sounds like it should be anyway, with a name like Braden Upchurch.
I agree. and a super nice kid. I get to hang out with him a little bit at finals last year.
Eric Hirschberger is watching in California.
Whoa, that's literally like the opposite end of the spectrum.
That might be it, unless we've got any of our international audience tuning in.
Where in California at, Eric? Central, northern?
I like it. Stay in it. Keep it going. You're on track for a win run.
Okay, he's got a quick time going here.
Right there in front of you.
Eric says, go big or go home. I love it. Scotty Marr. What's up, Scotty Marr? Oh, right in San Diego. Yeah. Kind of SoCal area a little bit. We sometimes will fly into San Diego for the King Hammers event. Braden has an amazing run going here. Taking his time on that downhill section. You can see how slick and nasty those rock ledges are. Again, tomorrow you'll see the bouncers climbing those. So it'll be interesting tomorrow to watch the bouncers come by and thrash through there. Scott tuning in from Perryville, Missouri. Part of that Perryville Mafia, probably.
Going after Jay's time, Brady. Let's go.
All right, is he going to beat that 103 from Jay?
Oh, man, not too shabby.
Woo! 104.244. Keeping it close out here. Jay Stewart is still in the lead with a 103, but now Braden Upchurch with a 104, and that pushes Dan Carter with a 111 into third currently. We got a handful of drivers. Let's see. We got about 5 drivers left on course 1. This is our Rock Life Off-Road stock class. Here's Justin Mitchell on the line.
All right, next up we got Justin Mitchell. Here we go.
Coming hard out the gate. Ooh, getting a little squirrely with it. Again, you see how nasty those ruts are.
He's really low to the ground, too. Scott, I bet you're right. Bet Daniel had a few choice words.
Yeah.
Poor Daniel.
Again, Jay Stewart sitting right now at that 103. Justin zoom along, see if he can knock Jay down that podium a little bit.
Looking good so far for Justin Mitchell. Justin, one of our regular drivers here. We don't see him at every event, but definitely have him come out and join us quite frequently.
All right, let's see how he does on the downhill.
Let's see if he can keep up his momentum here.
Again, going up that section, they have like 3 or 4 different choices. Coming down, however, they have to come down that one specific line. Again, there's a lot of flags out there you'll see today, but not necessarily a lot of tape for the side-by-sides. I think we'll see quite a bit more tape tomorrow with the big bouncers.
Woo!
Wow.
What was his?
96 something. 608. 96.608. That is your new fastest time.
Wow, that was a great run from Justin Mitchell. That means Jay Stewart's into second place now and Braden Upchurch in third right now. We've got 4 drivers still to go. Brandon Davis on the line. Let's see if he takes that line that Justin Wills marked out for him. Or I guess that's going to be that's a different part of the course. He'll save that for tomorrow. We got Bub Meadows tuning in.
What's up, Bub? Part of that addictive photography.
So we've got Brandon Davis, and then we have Justin Hoback driving Big Bertha in the 4-seater.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll have Paul Wolf, who's back joining us for a race. We hadn't seen him in a while. And then Dylan Dowler's going to wrap things up for us for course 1. Wow, that thing sounds like a very angry hornet.
It does. Drifting out there, coming across those ruts. Again, Brandon's driving hard. This may be our new leader if he can keep this kind of pace. Again, I've seen a lot of guys come across those ruts hard and bring an A-arm or a ball joint, come across, tag, and brake. We just saw Daniel Heckley do the exact same thing. So, again, you want to push it hard, but at the same time be able to keep that pace. So, again, making quick work of this section here.
Tiffany, the weather is dubious right now. It rained, it poured earlier, stopped right before we started the race. It is sprinkling now. I have heard we might get more rain later, but we'll see what happens.
Brandon picked a little optional line. He went a little bit farther left than a lot of the drivers have gone.
So far, so good.
So that was interesting. Can watch him come downhill, trying to keep that speed going.
Let's go, Brandon. Come on. Why are you looking at me
You're
like
ornery,
that?
I swear. Oh, my goodness. Zach has a shirt that says that, big letters, "Let's go, Brandon." He always wears it. He runs up and high fives Brandon isn't when Brandon's running. That's going to be a quick time.
Is he going to beat that 96?
I don't know.
Let's see.
9.983. Not enough to squeak down. Good enough for second place, but unfortunately not enough to knock Justin Mitchell down there with that 96.
So let's see. Justin Mitchell, 96. Brandon Davis had a 98.983. And then Jay Stewart's with a 103. Those are your top three right now. We've got Justin Hoback on the line. And old trusty Big Bertha. And you guys can get to know the Hoback Racing family a little better because their episode of Highway to the Hill has been released now. So y'all can check that out on Rock Racing TV YouTube channel. Sorry, it's Facebook page, YouTube channel. Gotta keep the lingo.
We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
Right. So that Rock Racing TV channel, and it's their Highway to the Hill episode. Get to know Justin and his daughter Clara, who races in our youth class, and see what a week in the life leading up to a race looks like for them. I gotta say, now that Justin also has a VIN class vehicle.
Oh man.
Party foul.
Yeah, our drone, Jack from our Delta Drone Works is definitely going to get a workout this weekend.
But now that Justin has the VIN class truck that he brings as well, that means I get to drive Big Bertha around. So that's nice having a vehicle to get around in, gotta say. Shout out and thank you to the Hobacks for accommodating me. They let me hang out in their RV with them on our race weekends, and often I travel with them as well to our longer races. So got to give a big thank you to the Hobacks. Also, Justin helps with our recovery when he's not racing and with the youth class racing on Saturdays.
And I think he's the only guy that wheels a four-door in our UTV stock class.
Hey, respect for the four-seaters, man.
It is.
They do so much more than you think they could.
That Rock Life stock class is definitely getting a lot of love. Again, watching that four-seater out there. Like, this is a true stock class rig.
And Justin has been on the podium more than once.
He has.
With Big Bertha.
He's usually in the top 5 at points, like, all season.
I think his back door just came open a minute, too. 110.938. I think that's a fourth place time right now.
Let's see. Fifth place. Good enough for fifth place. Yep. Justin Mitchell sitting with that 96 in first. Brandon Davis sitting in 98 in that second. Chase Stewart's with a 103 at third place. Braden Upchurch right behind him with a 104 for fourth. And Justin Hoback 110 for fifth place. Scotty Harden with a 111. Dan Carter 111. Clay Magnan was at 119. And Tanner Gavin with a 113. Then Kai and Daniel Heckley both had DNFs. However.
All right, James Cantrell, you watching?
Yes, again, Paul Wolf coming off the line here. Again, a guy that's definitely going to try to knock everybody down.
So the time to beat is a 96.6. He looks like he's on track right now. Brandon Harrison, when we get a little break in the action here, we will announce that skinny pedal winner from Windrock. So stay tuned.
Thrashing through that wood section there. Again, Paul is absolutely flying right now. That big, long uphill section and downhill section, we'll see what lines he chooses there. Okay, does he pick that far right line and stay there? Oh, yeah, it looks like he's going to try to go a little bit farther left. Again, that's the same line Brandon Davis took.
To the left of the tree stump. Did you hear that?
No.
Something about climbing that hill like the cost of living.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, coming down like a prom dress. Come on, let's go. Stay in.
And I won't repeat that
Yeah.
one.
Kid making quick time. Again, this is Paul.
This is going to be our new leader, but by how much?
Yes.
Paul's got the Can-Am dialed in. He's definitely got the seat time, that race seat time.
Wow.
Woo-hoo! 89.890. Come on now, Paul. These guys are going to not want you coming back. They're going to say you have to stay with Ultra 4 if you're going to come and whoop them.
That is our new leader with an 89. Justin Mitchell sitting in second. Brandon Davis sitting in third.
Dylan Dowler's on the line, and he is going to wrap up course 1 for the stock class.
Which is also a smoke show, by the way. All right, let's put Dilly Dally in. We got Dylan Dowler on the line. Clock's hot. I think you have to follow Paul, but here he goes.
Dylan Dowler representing for Middle Tennessee as well. I think this is our first time seeing him out here so far this season, although I do believe he has done some of the outlaw races or other events I've seen some pictures of.
Yep. He's been out racing this season. Again, he's raced with us before.
Finish strong. This is off the alley. Stop class. Rock Life Off-Road.
Copy that.
Stop class. Round 3.
Oh, Matt said he did race Windrock. Dylan did. My bad. We had a huge list of drivers in our UTV class at Windrock.
What's up, James Cantrell? Again, James Cantrell races about everything possible. Side by side, Cherokee,
Shoot, I've even
4400.
seen him do a foot race.
Yes. Local Kentucky guy. Okay, Dylan's having a great run.
Ooh.
91.705 for Dylan
bad,
Dowler.
Not bad.
And we'll be back right after these messages with the results.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Power-ply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, we are back. Again, top top spot goes to Paul Wolf, again, with that Can-Am. Just absolutely came out the gate, ran an 89. Again, James Cantrell kind of called it in the 80s. So, again, 89 for Paul Wolf. Dylan Dowler with that very last run, squeaking at the very end, knocking everybody down, coming in second. Justin Mitchell coming in third. Brandon Davis coming in fourth. Jay Stewart rounding out our top 5. Braden Upchurch coming in sixth. Justin Hoback with that 4-seater coming in seventh. Scotty Harden coming in eighth. Dan Carter coming in ninth. Clay Magnum coming in 10th. Gavin coming in 11th. And Kai and Daniel both had a DNF. Again, I don't know if Daniel Heckley is going to be able to get that fixed before our last run.
Gavin. Tanner Garvin.
Tanner Garvin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, we don't have a Gavin on our
Tanner Gavin.
Yeah, Daniel, I might be a little surprised if, I don't know. Sometimes these guys get, they hightail it back to the trailer and manage to pull off a miracle getting things put
Again,
back
if somebody
together.
happen to have one sitting there, I'll get a couple trees, you could throw a winch in a tree, pick it up, switch out an A-arm.
Yeah, so it's a 50-50 shot if we'll see Daniel out for round 2. But we are going to move on to our VIN class.
Got Don Curtis.
Double check.
Yeah, Don Curtis sitting on the line up there.
Glad to see Don Curtis back out here and with his front end actually straightened out now. Last I saw it, it had a pretty significant bend in it from hitting a tree.
Again, loving hearing that big motor roar and a big
Sounds
full.
a little different after having the UTVs running out here.
Big full body truck. I love the fact that he races like a big full-body truck. It makes me so happy. Running 38-inch tires, turbo 400 transmission, Dana 60 front, 14-bolt rear. Absolutely thrashing that truck.
So what you guys are going to see
in
the VIN. That's sketchy.
Oh
no!
I thought he might have been going over there for a second.
That definitely was. I think he might have had a small panic moment too. Maybe, I don't know. That was a real snotty slide down the hill right now. The whole valley that we're racing in right now is just a slick, muddy mess. So what? And yeah, you guys can see that it's actually still raining right now. But what the VIN class is going to be racing on will be what we just saw for the UTV stock class, except that the VIN drivers will be able to go straight up the outside right edge of the hill instead of through that kind of ledges in the middle section, which you'll see when Don gets up to it. But they still have the nice long course, just like our UTV stock class. I think all of our classes are going to have that this weekend. One of the things that is great about this sport and all the different classes and all the different parks that we race at is that all the parks kind of have their unique characteristics depending on what part of the country we're in, you know, whether it's rocky or it's wooded and steep hills, or where we can make more of a longer course. We've got the dust and dirt and steep hills of Bikini Bottoms mixed with the concrete slabs. We've got this long winding course that we can do here on this hillside at Wildcat with the kind of stair step lanes in between, or ledges in these into the hillside. Then at Disney, it's all rock.
Lots of rock.
Good Evening Ranch, I'm not familiar with, but I've heard it'll be rocky as well. Hawk Pride is wooded, hilly, rocky hills. That plays into what we can do for the courses. All these different parks we race at Rush Springs Ranch in Missouri, they've got part of a short course track that we can
which is a blast to race on.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a lot of fun to race on. That's actually the one that would tempt me the most, is getting to do that.
I need to see you out in the four-seater out there.
That's a long haul out to Missouri to take the trailer with me. But anyway, so it's cool to be able to utilize all those different and unique characteristics of the parks that we're at.
185.999.
Doug Mitchell, the top 3 for the UTV stock class was Paul Wolf, Dylan Dowler, and Justin Mitchell. We have Charles Carris on the line now. We're on course 1 for the VIN class.
Again, those of you who have never seen Charles Chris, he races a Cherokee, much like most people race a Cherokee, full tilt, which I believe is only how you should race a Cherokee.
Is there any other way?
Like I have had several Cherokees.
Matt,
and
what happened to your VIN vehicle?
I still have it.
Why isn't it here?
Because I can only fit so many on my trailer.
All right, Charles Chris.
He bought a semi, bro.
It's a little easier stacking UTVs than a bouncer
Yes.
and
Yeah.
a Jeep.
Yeah.
Though.
All right, Charles, let's go.
Yeah, putting 3 UTVs is a little easier. Dude, I love Charles Chris. This guy's in full send when he gets in his Cherokee. Did some work this off season. Made some more mounts. Got some stuff kind of situated a little better.
Yeah, you can't tell
Yes.
by looking at it.
Yeah, he said the back was getting pretty wobbly and kind of dangerous, so he went in and
It
made
has
some
had
upgrade and
some facelift.
yes. Although the outside kind of looks the same, it did have quite a bit of structural integrity added to it this off
There you
season.
go. It's the core
Yes.
that matters.
All right, Don Schroeder.
Good morning, Natalie. Thanks for tuning in.
Again,
Sliding down that same spot.
I think we saw him, and he must have been watching Dawn run. Whoa! I think that's why they put that tape so high, to let everybody know, hey, stop here if you can. Kind of using the chassis there as a tree kicker.
Charles got second place at Disney 2 weeks ago in the VIN class.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Six of them working. Come on.
There you go. Oh. Was that the root ball of that fallen
I think
tree
so.
up there? It's hard to see from this angle. Oh, yeah. One of these days, we're going to get Matt a bigger trailer, and he'll bring a VIN vehicle.
and a side-by-side. We can
And
load
a
them.
side-
At that point, we can just load them all
I
in
was
there.
just going to start with the VIN vehicle.
No, if you're
and
load-
then you and I are going to trade off.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
going to do course 1, and then we're going to switch.
Who does?
for
Who
course
races
2.
it first?
Oh, I don't know.
I think you need to race.
Oh, Charles.
You need to race it first. That way, if it breaks,
Oh, so you can blame me?
Yeah, I'd be
I
like,
see
oh,
how it is.
that's what happened.
Bree broke it.
woman driver, you know.
Yeah, and then if it breaks even when Matt's driving it, he'll be like, well, it started breaking
Yeah.
when Bree was driving it. It just finished when I was driving it.
Oh.
I see.
But
I see
you know
how
what?
This is gonna go.
Again, Charles Chris is racing right now. Gives a great example. You can have a lot of fun in a beater Cherokee.
Oh, yeah. Although.
Oh! Although I think his is not exactly your entry
A
level.
little too much fun.
His looks quite modded, but
There it is. All right, 162.108.
again, fast enough to beat Don Curtis, but will be fast enough to hang on.
We've got Justin Hoback in the WT. Stands for work truck.
WT. I was like, okay. I was trying to think.
The kids told me that Justin has 2 young kids, and I traveled with them to Disney, and they informed me that it's not WT, it's
W.
WT.
The old W.
WT because it's the work truck.
Work truck. The old W.
And Clara's 200
Yes.
fits right up there on the back of the WT on the trailer.
Yeah.
So it's like piggyback.
That's kind of cool.
So maybe that's what we need to do for you,
Yeah.
Matt.
Well, he said that he was looking to eventually be able to add some more bars so he could put the 4-seater up there, and that put hers maybe on the front sideways on the trailer or something. Because he got rid of his enclosed trailer and got an open trailer.
Mm-hmm.
We were chatting about it at the last race.
He expanded the fleet.
Do what?
He expanded the fleet.
Yes.
It's still stock suspension, although I believe he's planning to put lift kit on. Got a
Okay. A BDS lift kit.
on the way.
I see. It handles pretty well being stock height. Oh, his sponsor, Spider Off-Road, is helping him out a little bit. He does a great job. Again, if you guys can see, there's mounts in the front and rear receivers to help get recovery, as well as he has a winch mount in the middle of the bed. So, again, he can help with recovery here at races. Justin Holback's been a helper for ours for a decade probably, helping run some of the race op stuff, helping to do starting lines, safety checks, helps out with the RC program. I think he's taking a look.
He can't make the turn.
He's like,
oh, no. This hill is just getting worse and worse.
I think he told the other guy to slide down. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I think he's a little front heavy.
There you go. Come on, keep going. Yeah. Ooh. In case you're wondering, that is not a roll cage. You'll find that out if you get over.
Yeah, that's Zach was giving a hard time saying it's not a roll cage. It's angle iron that he made that ramp out of, again, to be able to haul multiple vehicles. And, again, great for what it does.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a, 5-point turn, but
Yes.
it got the job done.
When you're again, that's the full body problems. Cherokees don't have that. Full body guys, a little bit. This vehicle's twice as wide, twice as long as the Cherokees that race. So,
Probably a bit heavier too.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
Even not having the back end.
Yeah.
Although it still has Taylor. When are we gonna see it? Taylor's talking smack.
But yes,
His smart car
But he's-
apparently is gonna show everybody up.
yeah, he's done multiple motor swaps on it.
Someday
He's
is
pretty
when-
stoked. He's getting really good at those. So if you have a smart car that needs a motor swap, give him a call. Tell her he would love to do it. Taylor would love to swap
It's
it his
only
free
like
time.
an 8-month process.
Yes. What?
A year and a half process.
Well, he's got it done in like a 2-week process now. I mean, that's like new harness and everything. He's getting really efficient at it.
How many
yeah.
motors? How many times have you done this now? Two swaps. So
Yeah.
you're on your third.
Third motor, yeah.
Bless your heart.
Second harness, second throttle. Yeah, second throttle body.
This should be fine.
You can see that front end bouncing up and down as Justin's coming down those ledges.
Yes.
He probably does. Probably has a radio up. Just listen, got the air on. He's like, if you're going to race, you might as well be comfortable. It's like the Formula One guys. He's like, drink. Do I have drink?
Hey, having WT at Disney 2 weeks ago, that was a lifesaver.
Oh, yeah.
Something to get back and
Oh,
forth
yeah.
in and go through town and across all the bridges and everything. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to get around in Disney. But yeah, having a real
Yeah.
vehicle to
Yes.
get around in was helpful.
Yes.
Although I took the 4-seater, but it's tagged, so it's like street
Yeah,
legal.
yeah, yeah.
I took it back and
Yeah.
forth across the dam and the other little bridge.
Yeah. Go, Justin, go.
Come on, Justin.
Got the old WT fired up.
Oh.
Turns like a Ford.
Go, baby, go.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Everybody says
272.635.
something like that. Either way, it's the biggest time seen all day. Good job, Justin. Oh,
Man, you got me eyeballing it now.
that's not how it works.
I got plenty of snacks down here if you want some.
Is that Dan?
They're all candy oriented, though.
Nice some protein.
This is Dan Carter and his Cherokee.
We got Dan Carter on the line.
I wonder if Jody's in there with him.
We'll send it.
It's got that same average Cherokee roar coming out of it.
This is we were at this park last year that he and Wyatt
Yes.
Wilson were trading off driving.
Yes,
in
they
there.
raced.
Doesn't look like he's got a passenger this
I
time.
don't think Wyatt's here with him, though. We miss Wyatt. He's a good dude.
Yeah, Wyatt, where you been?
Got
I don't
the
think he's watching right now, but
racing that unvaxxed big buggy.
it's got a little chilly out here.
It has been.
I got so sunburnt yesterday. It was 80 degrees at home. And
I think it was
I was
38.
out at the park with the kids that I nanny
Yeah.
all afternoon. Can you see this?
Wow, you did get some sun.
Oops.
Yeah, I think it was like 38 when I left Illinois.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sucks for you.
Yeah, it's a little.
I enjoyed my 80 degrees.
Again, Dan Carter out there in that Cherokee. You can see that the bigger trucks that went through, maybe a little bit bigger ruts up there. Oh, go, Dan, go! He is lighting them up.
So with the VIN class now, that means Dan's racing everything but bouncer and youth
Yes.
class.
Yes.
And I'm sure if we rounded up a 170 or 200 for him,
Yeah, he'd probably race that.
he'd go for it.
We should almost do that. Like, hey, Dan, we got you this 170 race. We didn't feel like you're racing enough classes, so.
We just wanted to round out your weekend. You know what I think would be really funny is if we took all the kids, like 170s, 200s, and put adults in them, and just did like a land rush start, and it would be like bumper cars.
It would be.
We need to do that at like finals or something.
And they're not heavy enough to really hurt anybody, so like.
You need like a wide open space,
Yes.
and you got to go down, turn around, and come back. Or something. No. That would be so funny.
Again, they're such a small vehicle for such a big adult.
It needs to be at the end of the year because there's going to be a lot of carnage.
But not
a knockout race in 170s.
I don't think there would, because they're like, you get them packed.
They probably don't have enough power to do any damage.
That, and they're packed so tight you can't really do anything because they're all packed so tight.
Oh man, that would be really funny though. We all like have our knees up to our chins, you know, driving in there. So for our audience online, make sure you're watching on that Rock Racing TV page as usual on Facebook. We cross-post a lot of other places, but we want to be able to see your comments and interact with you. So make sure you're on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page. Not the group page, the other one. Dan, getting a little swirly there. And I have a question for all of you watching online. Let's see. What vehicle have you had the most fun in? Or do you have like your best, we'll say off-road memory, or if it's something different, then that's fine too. Any vehicle, I guess. What do you have like one of your favorite memories in? What kind of vehicle was it? What were you driving? Matt, do you have a favorite?
Yeah,
Ho, hang on. Let's see what Dan's time is real quick.
.080 for Dan Carter. Again, we got our UTV Cup Series sitting in line, so we'll run through our VIN class real quick. We had Charles Chris at the top of that spot at 162. We got Don Curtis coming in right behind him with that big full-size Chevy, 186. Dan Carter right behind him at a 209, and Jason Holback with the WT coming in at 227. And again, that's our VIN class. And it looks like the UTV Cup Series is sitting right there on the starting line.
We'll be right back after this.
What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
And we're back. Again, that's the UTV VIN class, or the UTV Cup Series class. We're sitting there on the starting line. Vince Love said he's watching from the elementary school pickup line. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That's a good way to spend some time. I asked you guys right before we had our commercial break, what vehicle do you have one of your favorite memories in? What were you driving? Rodney Buchanan says, in my 88 Bronco. I'm trying to think what mine would have been. Probably the Avenger. I don't know. I've driven a lot of different, like, you know, daily drivers over the years, but definitely have some memories, but they weren't all good memories. When you fall asleep with your cruise set on 70, it's not good.
That's a good question. Probably one of my favorite vehicles, my funnest vehicles to drive, was Cherokee that I've just absolutely beat the crap out of for a long time. However, my favorite vehicle is my 1971 Ford Bronco. I got it the day I turned 16. I still have it. It's been like frame off, modified. I shouldn't say frame off restoration because it's never been like fully restored, but it's been frame off modified several times. So it's gotten ready to go on the life right before winter. It went on the life.
Do you ever drive it still?
I do. I just went on life right before winter. Put a new LS. I took a 05 Avalanche, 2005 Chevy Avalanche, motor, transmission, transfer case, slid that inside there. So it should run and drive like a 2005 Chevy Avalanche here very soon.
How many vehicles do you own, Matt?
22.
Too many.
23.
That's the answer to that question.
Yeah, and none of them are cheap.
And
so
none of them come to the VIN class.
yeah.
You need to sell a couple and buy a bigger trailer.
Well, I have a 40 I have a 40-foot enclosed we took to Hammers with 2 rigs about a year ago, a few years ago. I got a 36 or 38-foot gooseneck, so we might be pulling that in the future.
Where are they?
They're all like scattered around my shop.
Oh my gosh, Matt. Oh, one of these days. Cooper Bentley is kicking off course 1 for the RCV Axle UTV Cup class. Here we go.
Cooper coming out all hot and steamy there. Again, Cooper raced side-by-side with us for a long time and then upgraded to a big bouncer at the end of last season. So he's been doing bouncers with us, but decided he wanted to do some side-by-side racing this weekend as well. TJ is watching from Bardstown, Kentucky. He said he's working, but he'll be here tomorrow. Again, the course the bouncers are racing tomorrow will be similar to this, so Cooper's getting some good seat time in now. He is absolutely flying through that flat section there. Again, 6'8", 489. 68.489 for Cooper Bentley. Again, had absolute smoking time there.
Clay Cason on the line now in that new 401K.
Again, Clay last weekend was in an outlaw race and won it, so he said my goal is fingers crossed, toes crossed, just to keep that ball rolling this weekend so he can hopefully win this one.
Well, he got second at Disney 2 weeks ago.
Heck yeah. Again, you can see Paul Wolf standing back there doing some studying.
Does that not look like the 427 like color scheme?
It does.
Here,
it does.
It threw me off for a minute.
It does.
If you ask Matt.
429, 427. And then what's funny is last time I said it, I was thinking to myself, you know, technically it used to be that when Travis Skelton raced it. Now that Clint's racing it, it'd be the Clint Garrison. Clay is flying through there. Clint Garrison Racing. No, that instead of 427, now we're going to call it Clint Garrison Racing. And last time I was talking about that.
Right.
I was thinking that back. He
were
messaged.
Finishing your thought.
Yes. He messaged me and he said, "Hey, by the way," and I kind of giggled. I said, "I was actually thinking that when I was saying it. I was thinking technically that was Travis Skelton, his race program.
Right.
Although it had the wrap on there for a little
back
while.
in the day. A whole 2 years ago?
Yeah. Which also Travis Skelton's racing the big buggies now as well. Again, this is Clay Kaysen just smoking this course.
In that 401k Razor buggy. Guess we can see what kind of financial decisions he's going to make.
68.78. Y'all think you did it?
Woo! 67.754.
Wow.
And he was moving.
He was hauling.
We've got a full list of drivers still
Yes.
to go now, and I'm really curious to see what do you guys think is going to be the fastest time now that we've seen Cooper and Clay both lay down really good runs, both 67 and 68. We've got Paul Wolf. There he is standing there by the starting gate. Dylan Dowler's on the line right now. Dylan had our second fastest time in the stock class just a few minutes ago. And it looks like he's got a new Razor buggy for the season for the Cup class.
I kind of agree. I was totally thinking that too. The first two times were so fast. How much faster can we get? And we have, at 18 guys, I think, to still run. So
Dylan did have to do a little finagling there, a little backup. But he can still have a good smooth run here.
got a good-looking chassis there. Wow. Just drifting around that corner.
There's no way to not slide out here today,
Yes.
so you might as well
Yes.
use it to your advantage.
Oh, totally. That's a great point. Again, if you're going to slide, you might as well kind of use it to your advantage and carry that speed through that corner.
Marley Clay's time was a 67.754. Where'd he go? It's a nice view of that tree. There we go. Oh, no.
Oh. Looks.
Can he do it in three-wheel drive? He's trying.
Through the gate.
Made it.
Nine 8.246. Again, a quick time, but not good enough to jump to that top spot. And we do have a ton of drivers still to go, so we'll see. I'm curious to see how fast we are going to get today. Again, those first two drivers put up a 68 and a 67. Clay Kaysen was absolutely flying.
And Clay Kaysen's time, again, Marley, was 67.754. I know it's hard to hear when the buggies are running around here.
Jeff said a 67 El Camino 4x4 on 35s. That does sound like a really cool, it's a really cool vehicle.
I'm trying to picture that. Looks like Casey Howell on the line.
All right, we're ready. Let's go, Casey.
Again, these drivers are all coming out just full steam ahead.
It's almost like they came to win a race or something.
Yeah, it's just impressive to see how hard they're pushing this earlier in the day.
Well, with Paul Wolf back on the roster for this one, nobody can cut any slack.
No, there's nobody safe, I promise you. Again, we watched a handful of these guys get out there and pre-run quite a bit of this course this morning. Get her done. That's a 70.418. Breeze over here throwing stuff at me.
It just like jumped out of my hand.
Again, that was Casey Howe with a 70418.
Brandon Davis in that trusty old Can-Am.
That thing has to have like a bajillion hours on it.
He runs the stock and the Cup class in it, and this is the 3rd season
Yeah,
that he's done that.
I think so. I think you're right. And again, does not show it any slack whatsoever.
He wouldn't be consistently on that 3rd place spot if he did.
It's true.
Ooh, looks like he got a little mixed up. He's back on course now. Yeah, it was supposed to be in the 70s today. What happened to that?
Like a wild man. Come on, Brandon.
Again, Brandon flying down those downhill sections. You see there's a little mud hanging off of our drone right there. I don't know. Again, that big rock in the center of your screen that Brandon just went across. Flying through there.
That's an 88.053.
88.053.
I believe 67 is still home.
I think we've got Robert Trainer on the line now.
I wonder if he's related to Macon. No? No? Okay.
Do you think you can sing?
Probably not. Is that Justin Wills standing there?
Looks like it.
I think he's watching to see how much traction they're getting with the rain coming.
All right, Dylan Deller. He hasn't won anything, but he's going to do a parade lap. Everybody wave. Dylan Deller.
Yeah.
All right, we got Megan's brother Robert Trainer on the line.
You mean when he was at the top of the chute thing? I like that chassis color.
It is that. That's a really pretty purple color.
Matt, when we have our VIN vehicle someday, we're going to paint one side of it teal and one side of it purple.
That would be really cool.
When I say we, I mean you.
You mean me? Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll spray paint it.
Justin Wills was talking about rattle canning because he, scratched his chassis up a little bit. He's like, so we did some rattle canning this week.
Do what you got to do. He paints other things, too, besides just the bouncer.
Yeah,
You ever seen his toenails?
that's true.
It increases the blood flow in your feet and helps you drive faster.
Yeah.
Some
I get petties, but I don't paint my
you should
nails.
paint them teal, Matt. Maybe it would help.
Maybe for finals. We'll see.
I'll borrow you.
I love it.
All right, that was Robert Trainer.
$74.8. 68.45. And that was Robert Trainer.
Robert Trainer, potentially related to Megan Trainer, but we're not sure on that yet.
We'll have to get him up here and interview him later.
Confirmation.
Say, do you know Megan?
Ryan Kegley on the line now. I don't believe that he has raced with us before. I don't recognize this name.
I really like his wrap, though. That's a sharp-looking wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kegley, that's right, Kegley. Yeah. All right, Ryan, I love you, Pike Steve. It's the crowd, baby.
Oh, yeah, I like that. America.
That is sharp.
It looks like my dad's little bouncer buggy mini thing called the Patriot.
Come on, do something awesome.
It does look well like that.
I don't know Ryan Kegley and how he drives, but I know he's got good taste in buggy design. So it's a good start.
Yeah, it is a sharp-looking chassis, too.
It's like a little mini bouncer, the shape of it.
Yeah, it is a really sharp-looking chassis. Another big glob of mud on the drone. Our drone's just taking shots all day today.
Uh-oh. What's going on here? Did he get a little mixed up?
Which is not hard to do because there's so many ups and downs up there, especially between course 1 and course 2. Brandon Davis was laughing because I was like, we were teasing him because he's like, well, man, it's really confusing between, the first 2 courses, second 2 courses. I was like, yeah, but that's one for the guys racing side-by-sides. He's like, I'm racing side-by-sides.
Like, oh.
I was like, oh,
yeah. That
ooh.
sucks for you.
Yeah, I was like, that's going to be rough. I think I said that. I think that's going to be rough for the guys to race side-by-sides. He's like, man, I'm racing side-by-sides.
Better start studying those maps. Do your homework.
Well, tomorrow we have several
Or just follow the
Yeah.
arrow that Justin
Yes.
Wills puts out on the rocks for him.
Yeah. That is a sharp rig. You can see those CA Tech arms in the back there. CA is one of our season sponsors as well.
This is Ryan Kegley, and that's through the finish line. That's a 111.588. Our leader right now is still Clay Kaysen with a 67.7, but we've got his brother Cody Kaysen on the line right now, and Daddy's Money. I'm seeing a financial theme here in the brothers' rigs. All right, let's see if Cody can beat that 67.7 from Clay.
Clay going head to head.
Barbara Dennis, we've still got several drivers to go before Justin Mitchell.
You can see the wrap on the top of his roof. We saw several drivers do that to help keep the rain off of them if they're racing in the rain.
Oh, I didn't even notice that it wasn't a panel.
We were looking at the up there. He was pre-running out there at a full clip pace, and we were watching him, and he came close, and I saw that shrink wrap wrapped around his vehicle.
That's that new temporary panel that you can have. Better than plexiglass.
Yep. Again, it's
easily removable.
It's nice to keep rain off you if you're trying to get out there and push hard when it's pouring down buckets of rain. So it did rain. We got quite a bit of rain, but luckily it held off till it came right before we started racing. So the second rock here, you can see a bunch of orange paint right in the middle of it. That's where Justin Wills painted Brandon and then painted the arrow going the wrong way.
Jason Mills actually runs right before Justin Mitchell, and so there's about 7 drivers before them. Got a little ways to go. 75.545 for Cody Kaysen. Not bad, but not enough to dethrone Clay Kaysen for that top spot right now. Derek Schaefer is on the line now. Our top 3 currently is Clay Kaysen with a 67.7, Cooper Bentley with a 68.4, and Casey Howell with a 70.4. This is Derek Schaefer on the line.
Thank you, Mr. Kramer.
Benjamin, there are 4 drivers to go before Jason Mills.
What's up, dog?
It's too bad you had such a slow run, Clay.
Was it really slow?
Yeah.
Sad for
Yeah.
you. Cody
Yeah.
beat you.
Heck yeah. I am proud
No,
for him if he
I'm
beat me.
kidding.
No, we're teasing you.
I'm glad that you're proud for your brother, but you are in first place with a 67.7 right now. We've got Clay Kaysen with us up here in the trailer, and we're watching Derek Schaefer out on the course.
So we had like 4 or 5 guys, like all just smoking paces. Again, right now you're at that top spot. We still have Paul Wolf and 4 or 5 other really fast guys to go. Do you think you can hang on to that first spot for the first course?
I don't know. There's a bunch of fast guys here this weekend. I hope I can, but I'm just glad that everything ran good and I didn't have to back up this time and no wheels fell off and I was smooth and
I heard you had a good weekend for Outlaw.
yeah, I did
last
good.
week.
I won last weekend at Sugar Creek for Outlaw. So
How'd the buggy feel?
the buggy was phenomenal last weekend. It was phenomenal out there. Everything felt good. Everything's working right. It's just up to me to drive it.
No pressure, right?
No pressure
No
at all.
pressure.
You got to leave yourself a little wiggle room to blame
Yeah,
something.
you got to blame something.
know.
There's no blame. Everybody that
That's
has helped
the
me,
secret.
well, I'm going to throw it out there. Everybody that's helped me out, that's helped me along the way, has done an amazing job. Went from my brother to my dad, everybody. All my sponsors. Everything's on all 2 cylinders that little motor's got.
Running on all 2, huh?
Yep, all 2 of them.
All right, this is Derek Schaefer through the finish line. Let's see what he got.
77.7.
77.979 for Derek. And that means we should, there's Paul Wolf on the line right now. All right, so he needs to beat the 67.7 that Clay put down. Clay, any ideas on what might be about to happen here?
If he's the man that can do it, I promise you. Paul is an amazing driver, which you got a whole list of drivers here that are phenomenal. I mean, been doing it for a while. So.
And we're about halfway through. That's the funny part. We're like literally just now hitting the halfway point.
And there's no, I guess what you call ducks in drag racing. There's no ducks here. I mean, everybody here is top of the line.
And all the vehicles are pretty equal. You have a lot of top tier vehicles out there.
They're all really close to the same amount of power, same amount of suspension.
Yeah.
Everything is really close to the same.
And you have a handful of drivers who all definitely push very, very hard.
Cheryl, Robert Trainer's time was a 74.845. 74.845 was Robert Trainer. All right, Paul Wolf.
Getting Paul Wolf racing that full body Can-Am. Obviously, it's got some tweaks done to it. It's not exactly what you call a stock rig. He races it in the stock class as well as the UTV Cup Series here.
He's rolling.
He is definitely rolling. Again, trying to keep that momentum going.
I think it's broke. It's broke. Front end's broke.
Front end's not pulling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
It looked like those back wheels are spinning awful hard.
Dang. I know how that feels sitting in the driver's seat. Just makes your blood pressure go crazy. I think he should be able to push through and finish this four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Since he made it up
Well,
the
he got
uphill.
the hardest climb out of the way.
Just don't too crazy now on the downhill, Paul. You ain't got no front end pulling there.
And I wasn't sure if it was just the front left or if it was the entire front.
I could tell.
I think it's the entire front.
He is both sides, driver and passenger.
I think so. It might not be.
We gotta
It might
wait
just
till
be
he
that driver's
hits
side.
this hill.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely both sides.
That back end's working hard, but he made it.
Still going to have a decent
Still had a
time.
good time.
That's a 78.082 for Paul Wolf, finishing in two-wheel drive. I didn't see at what point it broke. Was it broke off the starting line, or did he break it out there?
No, I think it broke when he hit one of those ledges up there at the top, I think.
Papa Poe says you need some tire balls.
No, sir. I've got tire balls. If you need some, I can gladly help you out with some, though.
Yeah, that's he said. I need some tire balls.
Oh, he needs tire balls.
Mhm.
Oh, he's the one that helped me out with tire balls. He gave me tire balls, and I cannot thank that man enough.
Apparently, he needs some of them back.
I'll give him some back. I got some in finally the other day.
Who was it that left all the tire balls at Disney? Was
Oh, I don't remember.
Probably
You?
this guy.
You?
Or me or Tyler
it?
Bradley.
It was Tyler.
Tyler
I
Bradley.
think, yeah.
Because they were
I
like,
busted.
he
You
said,
just left your whole wheel and tire sitting up there.
Yeah,
you
it was
left
bad.
the whole course littered with tire balls.
Come on, Austin.
We've got Austin Connell out on the course now.
Brand new buggy. First time he's ever brought it out.
First
Really?
time. All right.
Yes.
Does he have a name for it?
I believe it's Second Chance.
Okay.
okay,
He built it all himself, too.
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yep.
It's doing work right now.
Austin is, he's one of my really good buddies.
Is he from Mississippi? Is
He's
that
from
where you're
Tennessee. He
Oh, he's
lives
from
close in, like,
Tennessee. Is he close to Dillon?
yes,
Okay.
they're all real close.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good looking chassis too.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
I like the chassis. Got some kind of cool pink accents in there.
Yeah, he did it for someone, I don't know, I don't want to overstep, but I believe someone in his family had breast cancer.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay, I wondered if that's what
Yeah.
the pink
I
and
think,
the
I don't
second
want to
chance.
overstep
Yeah.
and say something
Yeah.
I shouldn't, but I believe that's what it is.
Okay,
Makes sense.
that is cool. Making quick work of this course.
Brandon, we'll give you guys a top 5 after Austin finishes his run.
And you're saying this is a brand new chassis
Right, I
racing.
mean, like, only rode it around his house. That's it.
Well, he just had a really good run in it.
Smooth, good run.
79.886 for Austin Connell, again with that new chassis called Second Chance.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Matt, can you give us a top 5
Sure.
current?
Again, sitting in the booth with us right now, sitting on that top spot is Clay Kaysen. Cooper Bentley sitting 1 second behind him. Casey House sitting in 3rd. Robert Traynor sitting in 4th. And Cody Kaysen sitting in 5th. We got Madison King on the line. And her and her brother Nathan both have to run. 2 other people who would love to knock you down that podium a little
Ain't
bit.
no doubt. Madison gets on me all the time. She stays on my butt.
We've got about 5 drivers left right now. We're on course 1 for the RCV Axle UTV Cup class. That's Madison King on the line. Like Matt mentioned, we still have Nathan King, her brother, to run as well. And Nathan did win at Disney, our last race at Disney. He won in the Cup class.
Madison King, let's go.
Madison's had a little bad luck with some rollovers.
She has.
The last couple times we've seen her.
And it's usually after the hard part, and then she like tips over on the easy part. It's kind of
Wow, Matt, way to knock her down.
yeah. No, she was kind of funny. We were kind of teasing her last time. She's like literally it would be the extremely hard part. Everybody else had trouble with. She'd be able to make it up, and then
So are you just trying to fix for knocking her down? Is that what you're doing now?
no. Her and her brother Nathan are both amazing people. I like hanging out with them. They're super cool.
Yeah, they're both heck of drivers, too.
They are.
They both can drive.
We got to interview them at Disney this year, so it was a lot of fun. We had theirs was probably one of the most informal we did. It was very joking, very laugh. And,
Yeah, what was her road trip snack that she said? Sweet tea and
something, yeah.
I know Nathan's was Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
He's
And
got to get hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew and I think peanut M&Ms or Snickers or something.
Yeah,
I wish we could get one of them, like, Coke products to sponsor us. That would be really cool.
That would be. Kid Madison has like the most neon pink buggy I think I've ever seen in my life. And the white panels really make it
so
pop.
that no matter how muddy it gets, we
Yes.
know exactly who it is.
Yeah, once you see the 5th black buggy in a row, you're like, this is, Madison pulls up, you know who it is.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
What happened? I missed it.
She got slid off down.
Slid off just enough.
Dadgummit. I
That
blinked.
tree.
All I had to do was blink, and I missed it.
Just got a little bit squirrely there, I think,
But she
probably due to
still
the
got to
rain.
finish out of it.
Squirrely. It's everywhere squirrely.
It is.
That's an 88.147 for Madison King.
Again, still a quick run. Unfortunately, not quick enough to be up in that top 3, top 5 right now.
All right, we've got Jason Mills on the line now.
How many's in this class this weekend?
Quite a few.
We had a really full
20.
20-something, I think.
Holy
I think we had 19 before we had a couple late entries.
Cooper was, I believe, the only late entry.
Okay.
That's 20. Wow.
I think we had 19 bouncers and 19 side by. Ooh, wow, he's slinging around that corner.
It's slick right there.
19 bouncers and 19 side-by-sides for the Cup Series before any late entries. So I know there's several people that emailed Clyde after the drivers drawing and were like, hey, I want to race too. He's like, all right, cool. Yeah, we can.
We have a lot of Kentucky locals, too.
Yeah,
or
that's
people
true.
in surrounding, like, Ohio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
I feel
this is a close one for a lot
Yeah.
of them.
I feel like this is like compared to like Windrock with the crowd people. There's a bunch of people that come out to this event right here.
And Saturdays, usually the whole hill is packed. Fridays, not as much just because people have to work. But on Saturdays, yeah, the crowd's pretty packed in.
And one of the great things about the park here, Wildcat, is how spectator-friendly the whole race area is.
As you can see in the drone.
Out there, all the spectators set up, that nice crowd. Hey, and that's a pretty good crowd for a Friday and the
Yes.
rain that they braved
no
today.
doubt.
So we got some.
Ooh, riding the front wheels all the way down that hill. Again, this is Jason Mills right here. We're going to have a good time.
Marley Madison had a time of 88.147.
How slick is it out there? Snot.
It's terrible. It's like putting, you know, like when you was a kid, you get on like the tarp, biggest hill at your house, you find a tarp and put shampoo on the tarp and water and see how far you can slide.
Yeah.
It's about what it is driving.
88.396 for Jason Mills, and apparently it is a dish soap slip and slide, kind of slippery out here, according to Clay.
That's true.
Try and say that 3 times fast.
I bet you can't. Let's see it.
I bet I can't either. Dan Carter, I see that rap.
I was just saying, you could barely sing it poking through
That's
back
all
there.
you got to see, and you know it's Dan.
I don't even know. What would y'all call that rap?
It's like an 80s
You
cassette
gotta-
tape, but he has
yeah.
like names of people or names of sponsors on the cassette tapes.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm not that old.
Whatever, I tell you.
I'm not that old either.
Whoa, guys. That's,
I'm right on the
Yeah.
brink.
Yeah. Sorry. We'll just keep knocking you while you're down.
yeah, let's go. No, I had 8 tracks in some of the early cars.
You and Dan can talk about that
Yeah.
together.
I don't know how old Dan is.
8-track, wow. I had some cassette tapes when I was a kid. Oh, like
Okay.
movie soundtracks on cassette tape.
Yeah, a little cassette tape, yeah.
I'm just glad Dan's back.
We don't have any chairs because we didn't think any drivers were going to come over here. So.
Well, I like to talk to y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all are my friends.
we're glad to have you over. We just we didn't set any chair out, so
It's
sorry.
all right. I'm going to watch whoever's after Dan, and then I'm going
Okay.
to go mosey back, I guess.
Again, Dan brought a couple rigs to race this weekend, doing a couple classes.
A couple. He's racing every one about the bouncer.
And youth.
And you.
Oh,
And
I'm
you?
sorry.
Although I said, I bet if we got him a one.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Oh, man, Dan.
All right, who's volunteering their rig for the youth class?
Yeah, there's Dylan walking over. And you can see Dylan's
Dylan's
like, oh,
just like-
man.
I have missed that guy. I like Dylan.
Me too. Look at Dylan getting the picture. He's like,
Dan's probably giving him the peace sign.
You know Dan is. You know Dan throwing him a thumbs up.
That's how they exhaust it.
Who is
Yeah.
that, Taylor?
Again, you know Dan was giving him a thumbs up or
Or
thumbs
like-
down.
like-
Yeah, peace sign, something.
I'm just glad Dan's here. He
Yeah.
had some bad luck coming to Disney a couple
Again,
weekends
was
ago.
trying to skate,
That's right.
skate that other side. The rear end just kind of slid over, and man, that stinks.
Clay, are you doing bounty tomorrow?
If it does not rain a crap ton of night, I want to really bad because, you know, we got a pretty good break after this.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it'll be a few weeks till we're
Yeah.
all back at it. Let's see, what is our next?
and I believe y'all,
West Virginia.
I believe.
No, we'll be at Hot Springs, Arkansas, April 14th and 15th. And then we'll be West Virginia
That's right.
in July.
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
I'm ready for West Virginia. I haven't never been to that part.
I haven't either. We were just
I haven't
talking.
either.
Neither of us have been there, so we're kind of excited. I heard it's a lot of like boulder-sized rocks that we have to bounce over, and I heard it's gnarly. I said, so you can like skim over it, and he said, no.
So this is like
It's
going to
not
be like
those guys.
Texas kind of again?
Yeah, it'll be like. Do you remember Texas when you guys went to that bottom section
rock
two
garden.
Like-
years ago? I think it was.
Or last year? We went.
Yeah, last year.
That was horrible.
It'll be just like that, from what I understand.
That was brutal. My back hurt after
Except
that.
the rocks are a little bit bigger, I think. So.
Matt, if they get any bigger, I can't go over them. I mean,
Have you ever done any like short course racing
I did.
or like track style?
I did back when like Dustin Robinson did a little thing that was kind of
Dustin
like,
Robinson, that has been a while.
yeah, back. I don't even think I had a driver's license when I was doing it. Actually, it was just something fun to do, and it was fun, but I couldn't ever keep nothing together. I would just go out there and hold it on the wood and break a belt within 2 laps.
That's the most fun I've had was like the short course at Mid-America.
I'd love to do that.
You're not smashing over the rocks, and it's just about trying to go faster and faster each lap.
Bree was sending it in a 4-seater.
Drove the wheel off.
She literally drove the wheel off.
Oh,
literally.
You know about that, don't you?
I know all about driving the wheels off, busting them and hitting rocks. And
Dustin Haven says they have an awesome track at Good Evening Ranch. Dustin.
That's like a 12-hour drive for us, though, from Mississippi.
I know. I'm not looking forward to that part of it. It won't be quite that far for me, but Nathan King, winner of the Cup class at Disney, Oklahoma 2 weeks ago. His time to beat right now is Clay's 67.7.
Clay, he looks like he's pushing hard.
Nathan's a very good driver.
He is, and a super nice guy, too.
Super nice, yep.
Him and his dad are usually the first Pearson and Madison if she rolls over.
Yeah.
And kind of the same thing. I've seen Madison and her dad run over to Nathan before if he tips over.
Dude, Nathan's fast.
He is.
He can get up those hills real quick.
He can.
Something's going on.
Gotten a little out of shape for all that.
You're pretty fast, too, though. We'll be like, you guys will be standing down in the pit area.
Whoa! Oh, man.
Oh,
Stop.
He's on his wheels.
Yeah, but
he's good. He's moving around in there.
Pointing the right direction.
You can see he's trying to start it.
Ain't none of them.
Oh, dude.
He's got some full rear steer going on.
He's asking, are my wheels turning? Are my wheels turning? You can see him going, hey, are my wheels turning? My wheels turning?
Ow.
Yeah, turning the wrong way.
Man.
Holy skinny pedal nominee, Batman. Yeah, we're writing that one down.
Dang. He had a smoking run going, too. There's your brother.
Of course. He's
Cody.
always.
Cody's like, hey, you good?
If Cody would be this in shape when he was playing, if he would play sports, we would be probably playing college ball somewhere. What did he do? I think he said he didn't have any brakes, and that didn't really
that's
help.
a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just, lawn darted, and it turned into a bad cartwheel. Dang.
Man, that's a heck of a run.
Dang.
Did Wade come up here just to raid your snack bucket?
So I bought some Nerds this week. I brought Nerds just for him.
Wow, what a friend. What a friend.
About the only thing Matt's good for is breaking candy, though.
Hey.
Hey, Matt.
But don't y'all appreciate the candy?
It's like the movie.
I can't eat candy, though. I can't.
Oh.
That's right.
I'll die. I'm allergic to peanuts.
Oh.
I got some gummy bears.
But a
in there.
lot of it is
Just don't eat
processed.
peanuts.
But a lot of it is processed in a facility with peanuts.
I got gummy bears. Does that work?
Do these have peanuts in it?
Probably.
Man, Nathan was smoking down the hill and just that front end. I think
if the tire rod wouldn't have broke, I think he could have drove on out of that.
I think so, too. Because
trying.
if you see when he lands, as soon as he lands, that front tie rod pops. And I think that's what kind of caught him to send him.
That is a...
It only says contains milk and soy, not peanut.
Poor old Nathan. He had a tough break at Disney doing some knockout racing.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was a wild ride.
He had quite the roll.
Again, watch that front left tire, that front driver's side. You can see when he lands right there, he broke it.
Right into
I think it would have kept going if it wouldn't have broke.
I totally agree with you, Clay. I think if he'd have had that straight, I don't think he'd had any problems.
That would have been a smoking downhill.
He was vaulting down the hill.
Yeah.
Watching it in slow motion.
That was it. Once that front driver's side broke, that was a wild ride.
Bub Meadow says that Cody and Clay are the new Danny Smith and Bobby Tanner.
It's
They're
true.
always there faster than anyone else.
I miss both of them.
You guys must be in decent shape if you get compared to Danny and Bobby. So there you go.
I do miss both of them. Danny and Bobby both.
They were my heroes growing up.
Two really nice dudes.
Between him, Timmy, Bobby, all them guys that, used to come out, they were my heroes when I was 5, 6 years old watching everybody.
Well, maybe in a few years some kid's going to be saying that about you. There you go.
Got a lot of shoes
Big
to fill with all them.
Yeah. Bobby was a heck of a guy.
I told Jack he should just bring Blue out and race it.
You should. Might as well.
Or
he was like, I almost just brought Blue. I was like, you should.
Yeah.
At least
Somebody
bring it
needs
and
to bring
put
it.
it out here.
Yeah.
At least do that. You ain't got to race it. Just bring it. That's like an icon of rock bouncing.
We should start a petition. Jack Porter needs to bring Screaming Blue out here.
I
Wade,
agree.
they caught you on camera.
Hey, what's up, Wade?
God, that's an ugly fella.
Hey, you want to hop down here for a minute?
Matt's just going to leave us. Wow.
What's up?
Matt doesn't have anything better to do.
I've seen what kind of times we had here.
Well, right now we got Mr. Clay Kaysen sitting in that top spot. Question is, out of our 20 drivers today, he ran, what, second?
Yeah, second.
So he has 18 drivers, I think, behind him to see if
Cooper.
You and Cooper were first and second out the gate, and now you're.
Yeah, Cooper was gracious enough to say, hey, I'll go first since I was late entry. I was like, dude, I don't care. It's whatever you want to do. So he went and worked out good for both of us, I guess.
We should have known Cooper would get
Wade
second.
Matt Buxton is coming over on Monday, apparently.
Well.
There you go.
What did I sell him?
Or what did you do?
There's no telling.
Oh, me.
All right, guys, we are working on getting Nathan King recovered off the course. We've got just a couple drivers still to go for Course 1 of the RCB Axle Unlimited class. Taylor, would now be a good time for our second interview? All right, guys, we interviewed Clayton Smith earlier today, and he is one of our new drivers, so you guys can get to know him a little better as soon as Taylor puts it up.
What's up, everybody? We're out here with Clayton. And again, this is his first time ever racing in the National Rock Racing Association. So what are you hoping to get out of today? What's your expectations coming in?
First race, I want to get out there. I want to learn some buggy. I know it's a big difference from what I'm used to. I just want to get used to it and get faster throughout the season.
All right, so what got you interested in racing to begin with? This is your first event with us, first time racing the Outlaw Buggy ever. You said you've had some seat time, trail riding and stuff like that, but what got you wanting to come out and race?
Back when I was younger, I loved dirt bikes and four-wheelers. I did a lot of riding when I was young. Then I kind of moved up into a razor. Then I went to a Samurai. We love our crawling, but I figured we wanted to pick the speed up and start hitting stuff a little harder.
All right, you figured, well, the Clayton built the Outlaw Buggy, so another Clayton driving it should be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be good. So have you ever been to Wildcat Park?
Yeah, I've been here a bunch.
Okay, you said it's pretty local for you. You're from Ohio?
Oxford, Ohio, yeah.
Oxford, Ohio. Do you have anybody that you want to give a shout out or a big thank you to?
I want to thank Dan Bowman. He's the owner of Gold Rush Buggy. He'll be here with us later on in the year.
And Dan is
my father-in-law.
all right. Anybody else?
Just the whole family, really.
We're going to add to that list for you.
Nice.
Just give it some time.
Again, we're starting to get a little sprinkle out here, so we'll see you guys in live feed. Stay tuned.
All right, I think we have 2 drivers left, I believe. Maybe 3.
I think we just have one.
Okay. Tyler Bradley.
Tyler Bradley.
All
should
right.
Be it. We had a couple no-shows here.
A couple guys, I think, who are still working on the rigs from the stock class.
Probably. 12. Good guess.
Yes, 12. 12 for bounty class. We got 12 for bounty class tomorrow.
Thank you for confirming what I already told him, Matt.
Well, I went actually through the list.
So did I.
Okay.
Just faster than you, apparently.
I wasn't sure if you went through the list.
Do you think I just guessed off the top of my head and was right?
I did think so.
Oh, thanks.
I've seen you do it before, Bree.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, Matt.
I concur.
Taylor.
Again, we got Nathan King up there getting recovered. Again, Again, Nathan King had an incredible rowing going. I'm going to say his run was definitely a podium run, if not the fastest. Came down and his front left tie rod broke. You could see it actually snap in the video, and then just sent him tumbling. There was so much weight and so much momentum going through that. I think there was nothing else left to do. So it took a big tumble. Again, so disappointing for Nathan King. Again, the King family definitely done a ton of racing with us so far this year. It was very competitive last year. They got some upgrades and tweaks, and obviously have done great so far. You hate to see that for Nathan. Again, I don't know. After that, it rolled pretty violently, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get that fixed and race later today. But
Nathan goes so hard that when he does roll over, it's never just like a nice little barrel roll.
Yeah.
It's this spectacular like aerial cartwheel deal.
And again, watching those guys obviously racing downhill, you have that kind of risk you run by pushing it that hard downhill. But again, that's kind of what separates the guy on the top of the podium from somebody that was very competitive in the middle of the pack. So I think we might see a little bit of that tomorrow as well. Again, you can see Madison down there.
We have just one driver left. This is course 1 for the RCV Axle Unlimited class. Clay Kaysen is still holding down the top spot with a 67.7. All right, looks like they've got Nathan off the course. And we've got Tyler Bradley.
Again, Tyler Bradley, one of our seasoned drivers. Been racing with us for quite a while.
He's from Alabama, I believe.
I will concur. I don't know for sure, but I will concur.
All right, looks like Tyler Bradley's on the line. As soon as they get everything cleared up, back in their spot, we're going to see him send it to grand finale.
But Meadow said I'd love to see Wade in a UTV racing Paul.
Yeah, I was thinking that when Wade came up here a minute ago. Wondered if he missed the UTV class and wished he was out there today.
That'd have been some tight racing.
Been a little bit of a reunion having Paul out there today, too.
Him and Paul, the Kaysons, Dan, Tyler Bradley, the Kings. Tyler Bradley, again, one of our seasoned drivers. Got a new, sweet new chassis paint and it's wrapped this year. Did some tweaking to the chassis from last season. I'm hoping it dries out greatly from today to tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to splashing through these puddles and racing up this slick, wet rock. I'm going to need all the traction.
Better paint those toenails.
Yeah.
Get all the help you can get. You'll have to ask Justin Wills how that works.
Yeah. One day we were talking about it. I said something about getting petties, and I was like, I get petties, and because some guys were kind of teasing me a little bit. Justin's like, I get them too. I was like, yeah. And he pulls his shoe off, and he has like these neon pink toenails, and I was like, you okay?
You were like,
okay.
Oh, that kind of petty. Tyler Bradley looking good.
And he's going to be our last driver of this class.
That's an 85.980 for Tyler Bradley. Matt, give us our top 5 from course 1.
All right. Again, this is the UTV Cup Series. Again, Clay Kaysen racing second coming in with that number one spot, was able to hold on through the entire running order. Cooper Bentley, who ran first, sitting in second place, again right behind Clay Kaysen. Coming in third, Casey Howe. Fourth was Robert Trainer. Fifth was Cody Kaysen. Sixth was Derek Schaefer. Seventh, Paul Wolf. Eighth was Austin Connell. Ninth was Tyler Bradley. 10th was Brandon Davis. 11th was Madden King. 12th was Jason Mills. 13th, Dylan Dowler. Ryan Keeley was 14th, and then Dan Carter and Nathan King. Again, Nathan King with that epic DNF. We're going to go chat with him during our break. We're going to shut down for a little bit. We'll chat with him and see if he's going to be up going for today, maybe tomorrow, and see what his plans are.
All right, but it's going to be a pretty short break, guys, so don't go too far. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes with round 2.
See you guys.